Hello, everyone. Welcome to another episode of Contactlost, our mini series Round Zero pairings. We're along with StatsDad Nathan.
Hello.
We are today hosting the captain of Team Austria, Andreas. Hello.
Hi there. Thank you for having me.
Thank you for coming on. Before we get into the thick of it, first of all, a massive thank you to our sponsors, Weyland-Yutani and the Army Painter, as well as our community of Patreons who make all of this possible. Let's jump straight to the questions then, Andreas. Last year's event, Austria finished 8th, which I think is a respectable finish, but do you agree? And was that
Yeah.
a satisfactory placing for the team?
It was really awesome for many years. Also, we participated WTC or the ETC prior for many years now, and we had always some in the mid-tierish, lower-tierish results of everything. And last year was really, really, really great. We had awesome opponents, close games, also the losses and the draws, really close games. And yeah, it was awesome to win so many rounds and to be now also one of the tier 1 nations. This was, nobody thought about it in Austria, about becoming that good under quotations for in such a short time. This was really nice, but it's also due to the fact that last WTC, like this year, we had a little bit of chaos going on in the edition with the new rule set and everything, and yeah, this really worked well in our favor, you can say. And I hope we can at least get to the same level as last year, hopefully. But yeah, as last year the results were amazing, but the team is also really great. So yeah.
So was that like a goal of yours last year? Also jumping from seed 2 to seed 1, or it's just like a cherry on the top?
Yeah, it was really the cherry on the top. Basically, now I'm 3 years or 4 years the captain of this team, and my normal goal is for our team, first of all, to have fun and enjoying the time, because it's a week off where we all stick together, and that should be fun. So this is the main goal, but at least be a little bit better than last year or the year prior. So then with the jump from the last year's result, this was amazing. And yeah, exactly.
Okay, so did you have any immediate takeaways from the event? Like you could have done something better, or something actually went better than expected, or anything of that sort?
Basically, everything went really well. The game against Netherlands was amazing, that I played against Justin and his Instiller cult and got some points with my Chaos Demons. And also the greatest takeaway was against England, where I played against Josh, and we both predicted that I should have won the game in a way of 15-5 or something like this. And then I lost horribly, and we both were, okay, this shouldn't have happened. Okay. And if I had won the game, it would be a draw or win for Austria. So this was for me personally, my heart hurt really hard, because I thought, shit, I want to get this, but well, what can you do? If the dice, and also Josh is amazing opponent, so cannot be mad at him.
You can be mad. You are definitely allowed to be mad at him.
So the immediate takeaways were we were really, really happy about the results, and because also Thomas from my team, the Eldari player, won the War Master single tournament, and this was the first great hooray. We had the War Master in our team, was amazingly, and then afterwards we had such a good performance in the team events, which was also never heard of, and yeah, this made us really, really happy. And yeah, that's that.
Nice. I guess that will take us into kind of looking forward to this year then. What did your team selection process kind of look like this year? We have basically heard the gamut of we kind of just do whatever makes us feel best, like a vibe situation, to very structured, kind of like what the French do. What does Austria do for their team selection process?
Well, many people ask me this, or yeah. Basically, I choose 7 other people and then 4 coaches, and that's that. That's that. We have a process of, hey, there's a form where you can write your names down, and if you want to participate, okay, please come to the boot camps, show up on tournaments, talk with me or somebody who is related to the team, so I can get in touch with them. And over the year, so from one WTC to the other, I basically look at a little bit at the results of these people. And for me, the most important thing is how well they can be integrated in the existing team, and how well they are work together with each other. Because like I said, my goal for each year is to have fun with the guys. I don't need anybody who plays special needs or something like this. I want to have fun with 7, or now at the moment 11 other people, and they're the obviously the player skill is important. You want to win, sure, but also it's important that everybody understands each other and we're having good laughs, and we can after the games we can go out to eat something, to drink something, have a fun about the game. And even if we lose, it doesn't matter. We can shit talk ourselves for 5 minutes, but then it's fine. No bad feelings for a month or something like this. It's okay, you lost. Okay, fine. And
so how many people did? Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
No. Yeah, how many?
How many people did you start with this year then? How many people signed up through your sign up
forum? It was in total 22.
Okay.
Yeah.
And then you said you had boot camps kind of to help with selection?
Yes, exactly. Basically, I sit down with 2 other guys and we talk about, hey, which dates for boot camps or gatherings are okay. Then we post it in some community forums here or WhatsApp groups, and then guys participate, or they show up, or they talk to me on a tournament, basically. So they can drop by. I'm playing my games, then somebody drops by. Hey, Andreas, what's about the WTC team this year? Oh, well, give me your phone number. Cool. Easy. And I'm getting often criticized for my handling of the team because I don't let many guys get insights in my decision process. Yeah, it's my decision process. As I took over the captaincy from, I said, okay, everybody knows how I do things, and I will not change. And this is my way of doing things. A little bit of dictatorship works every time. It's simple.
You've made Austria now the opposite end of the French end of things for explaining team selection.
It's basically exactly that, because as I started as a captain, I heard how USA, France, Germany, England, or Australia chooses their team, and I thought to myself, oh fuck no. I'm never gonna do this. Fuck no. All due respect, it works. They are great teams. They produce a really great team. They have astounding results year after year, and it works. But not for me.
Yeah, there's no judgment on my end. It seems to work for you because obviously last year you got 8th place overall. which is the best placement that Austria has gotten so far in the WTC and EDC, I believe. Joker, you look like you had a question.
Yeah, so how did you become captain then? Out of curiosity.
Well, basically the old captain said, I don't want to do it anymore. And I said,
I'll do it.
I also don't want to do this, but fine, here I am. And that's that. We have a simple way of doing things. It's basically the community. So like how everything started was we had, let's say 5 years ago, a really small community of tournament players. Really small.
Mm-hmm.
Basically, I know everybody in Austria who plays tournaments. And Kevin Zöllinger, the now creator of the Alpine Cup, also in the WTC team, and so on, with ESIC together, over the years created an environment for Austria to play tournaments where the community grew year after year, tournament after tournament. It really exponentially grew. And so at the start, because of this small group, we had real big issues to put together a team of 8 players, basically. And it's always the same. It was always the same 8 people, basically. And now it's the same, but different kinds, but because of different reasons. And so everybody knew and knows everybody. So therefore, we put everything together. And so I basically got the captaincy because there was nobody else who wanted to do it.
Honestly, to me, it sounded like Joker was asking for himself so he can like insert himself as captain of Austria next year.
I reach out with my hands to grab everybody who can play Warhammer so I can bring it in my team. So be my guest.
He asked like the CIA asks like how you get to a leadership position.
Yeah, so, can you say it again, please, in the roses?
So I guess we've talked about the team selection process. Who are the members of your team, both the players, and then you can do the coaches at the end? This is the hardest question we're going to ask you, by the way.
So basically, it's the same team as last year. So
that means it'll be easy.
Yeah, it's really easy. So I have myself on the same army as last year with Chaos Demons. Nothing changed there. Chaos Demons are great. I'm the Chaos guy. Then Peter Steiner, who is, in my opinion, one of, not even the best, but he's the best player in Austria with Leagues of Wotan. And he was the guy who drove me back home because we both were on the same tournament today. Awesome guy. Then we have Dominic. He plays Thousand Suns. Maybe you recall him from seeing him. He was the prior captain of Austria. And he organized the tournament I attended. And yeah, he plays Thousand Suns. Also great guy. Awesome dude. Then Sebastian from Vienna. He plays our Drukhari. He's the greatest painter in our team. He's awesome. And he plays basically 5D chess with his Drukhari. His thinking process about turns, where I have my Chaos Demons at back, Hulk goes smash. He has 55 head game moves in his head. It's awesome. So also great guy, awesome. Thomas and Lukas Wobak are also still in the team with Tyranids and Eldaris also. Yeah, those two twins are legendary. They push each other so hard, and they also really great dudes. I cannot say any more about my guys. Everybody is simply a nice guy and can play his army. So fine. Who else do we have? Kevin Zöllinger, the guy with the many tanks who can shoot quite well. He still does that. And then we have, who did I miss? Armin, who transitioned from Knights to Sororitas. Because I gaslighted him in playing Sororitas. Cool. And so everything. So also something to mention about the team, so the army process, and because I saw it on the question sheet, something about the process for my team was, well, what armies do we play? And we had the great luck that every army we are bringing right now is one of our favorite armies. Who we are really enjoying to play. So Neon Demons, Thousand Suns, everything. So everybody wanted to play this army and this list. So it was really nice to have this coincidence of bringing the player, bringing the army, bringing the list. Really nice. Came everything together. Was really great.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Then you said you were bringing 11 people.
Yes.
3 more people.
Yes, I have my coach staff with 2 new attendees to the. I bring 12 people. 4 coaches, and 3 of them are new additions to the team for the first time. It's Matthias, Joshua, and Julian. 3 guys who are really interested in becoming part of the team. And this is basically, for me, being a coach is the stepstone to become a member of the team, because I want to see how they are doing with the team, how they vibing with the team, basically. And it's really great to have these 3 new guys in the team. They are, well, good players. Julian normally plays Blood Angels, Joshua Death Guard, and Matthias Sororitas. So also quite knowledgeable about a lot of stuff. And yeah, great guys. And Mark is the 4th guy in the coaching staff. He attends the team also like me now for 6 years, 5 years, something like this. He's basically an old veteran, and he will be our coaching, pairing dude for everything. The guy with the laptop who looks smart behind it. He's the guy. Basically, he plays some games. It works. And on the War Master, he will bring Deathwatch. He's that kind of guy.
He's going to be the one Deathwatch player left.
Yes. He is the last
best in faction incoming, right?
Yes, but shit army doesn't matter.
Look, if you only have one person,
it doesn't matter if the army's shit, right? You're the best player.
Shit. Oh yeah, well,
of it.
Fine, I guess. You got me there.
But let's go back to the preparations a little bit. So you've mentioned boot camps, but did you do any TTS scrims with other teams or any events under the national flag as Team Austria?
So first off, with TTS, we have a great separation in our group with how we approach TTS, because we are you can say old-fashioned guys. We don't like we like to move around our plastic miniatures and scream at each other in person and roll some dice and throw some things over. So some of our guys are really into TTS, practicing or vibing and chilling and playing with other guys. Really nice. One of our closer team members, Stefan, organized over the year many, like 6, 7 TTS scrims with other nations. All worked out really well. But it was always a little bit of a trouble to get everybody together for Tabletop Simulator. So that's basically it. some of my guys don't want to play it there. That's that. And for national events, we have for Austria goes outside events. Not many, if I recall. Most of the times, 2 to 3 guys take a car and drive somewhere to Germany or to Atlanta, for example. Many of my guys were. But basically, we are lazy fucks. That's that. So Dominic, Peter, and Kevin are the 3 guys who are really into driving on tournaments, also outside of Austria. I'm the laziest of everybody, by far, by really far. Oh my shit, I'm so lazy. And the other guys also want to, but often don't have time to. Yeah. And for practicing and so on, boot camps we had 4 this year, or 4. We are the gathering things, and our boot camps are basically tournaments here in Austria, because if there's a tournament in Austria, everybody else from my team will attend, and then it's basically the same, because I don't want to shit talk the attendees or something like this, but at the end you basically have a constellation of our guys somewhere at the top, and after round 3 or something like this, you always play against each other. On smaller tournaments. Obviously, we have in Leoben or in Vienna, we have really large tournaments for our perspective, with 40 to 60 participants, which this is really large for our country. But like the tournament I were today, we had 20 participants with 7 guys from my team. So we play against each other like this, you can say. Yeah. And also we often have Discord calls, talk about moods and what's the current nice thing, and that's basically our preparations for things like this.
So what then is kind of the target or the expectation for this year now?
That's a difficult one. Like I said at the beginning, have fun, be a little bit better than last year, which is quite difficult as from the results of last year. But it would be really. First off, it would be really nice if we win the group stage against Mexico, Israel, and New Zealand. Tough, really nice opponents, tough opponents. But it would be really nice if we win this, and afterwards it's could be anything possible. It's because also the lists and the army compositions of the nations are quite different to each other. It's really interesting to see which composition or which nation will be good, or because you have the obvious good guys, and but does it work out for them? Team Germany have now 5 new players, I think, in their team. Australia swapped out 6 guys. Spain has 2 new guys. So anything could be possible. Anything could be possible. And this is really something it's hard to tell after the group stage, because the group stage is you can indicate somewhere where's the interesting path, but after the group stage it's anybody can win. I hope at least.
So what I'm going to do is I'm going to pencil in Austria for top 5. That's what I'll do for you. I'm going to set that. I'm going to set the expectation for you.
Shouldn't it be top 7, or you just want to up the ante?
No, we're going to go straight for top 5 for the Austrians this year. That's what we're going to do.
No pressure.
And
no pressure. Nah,
no pressure.
It's pure chaos. So also with the new mission deck, obviously the preparations are a little bit different now, but it's quite interesting to play again in a basically new meta, in a new edition of this edition. And yeah, that's also something really, really interesting and funny about this year's WTC is the fresh air with the mission pack and the rule set, and also like something like the pivot rule. It caused a great commotion in the community. What, for example, Drukari or Necrons can do, or basically everything with a round base, or larger models with an oval base. And also this small change made such a commotion. So it's really interesting to see what will turn out.
Yeah, and speaking of which, how do you feel about the changes? The fact that so many changes are introduced again just before the rules cut off for the WTC.
Austria likes chaos like this. It's our thing, because we are because we are often quite lazy in our preparations. This is amazing, because we are now everybody's equally stupid. Perfect. You cannot want more. And but the changes are great. I like the new card set. How some of the new missions, like the secondary missions like Call the Horde, are now a thing. Sabotage and containment and whatnot. I really like the new urgency in the missions. Also, the new deployment zones are quite interesting in combination with the new map layout. Really interesting. But we will see what armies will be the most or the strongest for the WTC. And yeah, that's it basically. So I really enjoy this. Also the simple rule changes of many armies. For my Chaos Demons, for example, I like to be in the Shadow. Shadow is great. Now everybody has it. Awesome. It's a charm.
So you said that Austria is quite lazy with its preparations, but did you do anything in particular once Pariah Nexus dropped? Did you all immediately jump on a Discord call, or like?
Yeah, that's basically it. As we had the rules and saw the FAQ and the points changes and everything, I said, okay, hey guys, we know at least on Saturday everything will drop, and we have everything at our hands. So let's sit together at Sunday, and let's talk about everything. Everybody takes a note, writes everything together, and then we talk about everything. And that was the immediate reaction of the drop of the rules, basically. And afterwards, there was the how was it called? The tournament in Salzburg, the Alpine Grand Tournament, where basically we said, okay, we have two options. If the tournament in Salzburg adapts the new rules, we can attend. And if it doesn't, we have to make a boot camp. That was basically our decision making in the team. And then Kevin and Isaac announced, well, yeah, it's with the new rules and everything. So fine, we played there. And everybody tried out their stuff. For me, it was also quite nice because I played 2 times on the stream for Breaking Heads. And I was on the last, so in the finals against William, the team captain of Switzerland, who is a great guy. I love him. Best man. And he absolutely fucked me. Awesome. I like it. But 5 games of pure fun. And yeah, so we had after the tournament in Salzburg, we had quite a a basic grip about how the new changes are for our armies and for our players, and then we adapted to it, built our lists around it, and yeah, that's where we are now basically.
Did anybody end up switching factions, or did everybody kind of stick to the factions that they'd been playing before Pariah Nexus dropped?
We had a little bit of basically 2 armies. 3 armies if you take mine, because at first I thought, I practice Chaos Space Marines. For in particular the Chaos Cult 200 model army. I enjoy this kind of shit.
You're the only person who is going to say that they love 200 model armies.
Yeah, exactly. My back hurts.
I also play Mech. I like stupid armies. That's basically it. And so my decision process was on the line. So Chaos Demons, Chaos Space Marines. Peter thought about Tau, Leagues of Wotan. And then he made the safe call for Leagues of Wotan, which is, yeah, he's a good guy. He can play Leagues of Wotan. And Armin was the only one who was really, we don't know what we should bring with him, because he played a lot of Necrons with Canopter Cord, and then he tried to switch to Hypercrypt Legion, but it wasn't his playstyle basically. And then we had to figure out what we can bring else, and so we thought about well, Sororitas look quite strong, and you can train it in the time. So yeah, we gaslighted him basically into playing Adaptor Sororitas.
I mean, that sounds appropriate given the army that you ended up giving him.
Yes.
Yeah, lighting things on fire, especially your own players' expectations, seems appropriate.
Yes.
Do you have before we start into a trash talking question, do you have a favorite and a least favorite change for Pariah Nexus?
So my most favorite change is for my Chaos Demons, basically. It's so nice to have everything in shadow. It's a charm to play right now. Because I like the great demon models. They look so awesome. They're fantastic. And every time I bring them, because I also play Age of Sigmar a lot, and there's also a thing about centerpieces in the army. I love it if the board looks nice with cool models on it. So this is really cool. Also, I like the fact that you now see a little bit of the Lion, Lionel Johnson on the board, because now he's playable. So
that's like the 3-star review.
I give it 2 stars and this much. Now this is really so. What is a great change? There are many things I like to play 40k. So basically, you cannot do anything wrong with me. So you can get me hard on this. I think the stupidest change they made is that Forge World. So the Forge World rules still exist. I hate it so much to think about models who doesn't even exist at the moment, basically. And this is an issue I have for years, to think about things that are not really here, but then somebody, for example, Team Poland made this for years ago with the Chaos the Chaos Astra Militarum, the Chaos Guardsmen, Psyker dudes. And I was, what is this model even? Where? How did you find it? Where? Huh? And I hate it so much. I cannot even say it to you. Also, the thing that Space Marines have 300 sides of models in their codex. I hate. Oh. But this is and also flyers. I hate flyers. It's a little bit of a thing, because I was with Money Chima, one of the guys who played 7 flyers. So but at the moment the rules of flyers are
Oh, that's kind of the thing with flyers.
Today, a guy brought a tiger shark, and he played it, and he had to rapid ingress it because the rules are lost. It's completely lost. I cannot.
They're either really bad or they're just broken.
Absolutely. Absolutely. I have 8 of these little shits.
I love show and
visual
tell.
presentation.
I have 8 of these little shits. I have 7 Elder Flyers. I think I have 5 Tyranid Flyers. I hate it. I hate it so much. It's so stupid. But what else can you do? If it's good, you bring it.
For people listening, that was an AdMech flyer, just so you know what the little shits
You're in the wrong hobby. You should be doing the World War II planes things.
Well, funny that you say this. Before I was playing 40k, I was member of the Flames of War ETC team for 3 years. So I'm now one of the longest attendees of the ETC WTC with now 12 years participating. And I was 3 years, 4 years Flames of War, and then 40k.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm thinking about participating next year also as an Age of Sigmar player. Where I also stay the captain of 40k. Because I like tournaments.
Are you excited then for next year's WTC to be in Austria, I believe?
Yes. It's not even an hour to drive where I live. It's amazing.
Excellent.
And the dude who organized it lives 5 minutes away from me. He's basically a neighbor. So Kevin is this way 500 meters. It's we in Austria.
Just a quick walk so you can yell at him about change.
Yes, basically.
I have your first shit-talking question, by the way.
Mm.
So, what team do you want to call out and throw the gauntlet at to grudge? What team do you want to fight this year at WTC?
Throw gauntlet or feces at them.
Or both.
Feces.
Both. I mean,
but I throw feces at a sign of loving and basically I want to play against
you broke Joker's usually impassive face.
apes together strong. Now basically I want to play again against Team England because I love everybody in this team. And also I want again to see Money play against Kevin. This is hilarious to watch. And I love the guys from Team England. And we lost last year because I played shit. And I want to win against them. I love them in all kinds. You
want to lovingly get revenge on them. Lovingly.
With hugs, kisses, and smiles. And feces.
A full package.
Yeah. Of course.
I understand.
Now, it's difficult because after so many years, I'm looking forward to see the guys again. Like Scotland, I love Innes wholeheartedly. He's such a great guy. And every time I see him on a tournament, it's wonderful. Sometimes I write in on WhatsApp or something. It's wonderful to see the guys again. And yeah.
Awesome. So how many of you
had one semi-serious question to which I think I know the answer already, but are you guys playing the War Masters event, or are you telling people not to do it? Too much fatigue or anything like that?
I said to my guys, hey, if you have the time, if you want to play it, play your list, play your WTC list, train it if you want to. if you want to bring us another list, do it. Do as you please. Have fun. The War Master, take it for a warm-up if you want to. If you want to go for the title, go for it, please. But I will not say anything strictly about this. For myself, I will most likely play 1 or 2 games or 3 the first day or something like this because of my health conditions. I have to get some rest after the day, so I'm healthy enough to play the team events basically. And so the War Master thing, everybody simply should have fun and try to get information for themselves, for their armies, to look, maybe they see something they didn't know about. You never know. And yes, that's basically it for the War Master.
Okay. Simple as. Nathan, you were going to ask something.
Oh, yes. Sorry. I totally forgot what I was going to ask, but I'll ask another question. So we talked a little bit about the chaos that is kind of the meta right now. What are how do you feel about the state of the game currently as we enter like kind of the first meta of Pariah Nexus now in singles and then in teams?
Basically, the meta itself is nice. I think I like the variety. You can in a not WTC setting of competitive 40k, you can basically bring everything if you have a thought to your army, and you can bring home some wins. What I don't like at the moment is that after all this time, Thousand Suns are still so stupidly strong. I hate this army. I hate this army so much. I hate it so wholeheartedly. They have everything. They have everything. And then the worst part is the Thousand Suns player complains. What? Are you retarded? What are you talking? This is such a strong army, and then they complain. Also, for realsies, I think the meta yet now for Austrian. So in Austria, it's awesome. You have many different armies, but not all of them. That's also quite nice. We have many players, but some armies aren't played here in Austria. For example, we have, I think, 1, at best 2 Gene Stealer Cult players in Austria in total. Yeah. And so on. So many armies on tournaments you will not see in Austria. And that's also quite interesting. But the meta, if I look at the results worldwide, you can say, I think it's nice, it's cool. Also, it fluctuates from time to time with knights sometimes winning, which is nice. I like knights. They're also great big models. It's cool. And sometimes really strange compositions winning. And this is also something I really enjoy to see, is that if a player is dedicated and plays his army and has a good thinking process about his list composition, and then he wins, that's awesome. So that's really cool. And yeah, so for myself, I'm really enjoying it at the moment. Obviously, there are things, or like Leagues of Wotan, how they're still allowed to be played. I don't know. And stupid shit. Little dwarves, midget in their space cars with their space suits. I don't know.
And then tell us a little bit more about kind of what Warhammer 40k looks like in Austria. You've talked about how the community sounds kind of small relative to like some factions. So you have only like 2 Gene Stealer Cults players, but what does kind of the 40k scene look like in Austria?
The 40k scene in total, we have a lot of players actually, but most of them aren't competitive. I know a lot of guys who are in clubs, or they meet each other at home, and also playing quite well and regularly. But the tournament scene is we have around 40 playerish tournaments, which is really nice, smaller tournaments in but one thing that is also a theme at the moment, we have basically 3 larger locations where we play our tournaments. It's Vienna, then here in Graz, in Leoben, and where I was today in Carinthia. So we have basically 3 clubs who organize everything. And then obviously there are many other smaller tournaments, but not that appreciated by the larger part of the community, where it's 10-man, 12-man, 15-man tournaments, which is also quite nice that they are doing something. But I don't know. For me, I will not drive 4 hours for a 10-man tournament there. But the whole community is awesome, because I am really encouraging and basically encouraging the guys to play as nice and friendly as humanly possible, because I don't want to see a dick on the tournament. He can piss off. And after now years of always saying things like this, hey, be a nice guy, hey, remind your opponents, do this, do that, be a human being. We now have a really nice and wholesome community here, where I think 90% of the players you face here on a tournament are really great guys who you want to play against, and they're nice, and you have a laugh, and afterwards maybe you get a beer or a smoke, and you talk to each other, and this is really nice to have here. Yeah.
Nice. Joker, do you have
only the guys from Vienna? I don't like them, but won't tell anybody.
I won't tell anybody.
No, I love also the guys from Vienna. I know. 20 minutes after this goes live, my phone. I'm done.
I didn't clip it to send it to like some Vienna Discord about 40.
No, hell no, they will kill me the next time I'm there. And also, Joker, you know, I'm difficult to get in touch with, because, like I said, I'm a lazy fuck and I forget about things because I have my secretaries. And I also forget to tell them about things, and so it's completely lost. Yeah, that's how I operate.
I do confirm. It was not easy to get in touch with Andreas and to bring him on here. But, well,
Joker,
he is, right?
Do you have a serious question?
The persistency is key.
It's exactly like that. Oh, sorry. Yeah.
Do you have a serious question before I ask the?
No, I was hoping we can move to the comedy relief, as if this has not been comedic enough. But let's talk about Austria's national dish.
I hope you're ready for this. So, last year's theme was everybody's national birds fighting. This year it's everybody's national dishes facing off.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm using Google to pick your national dishes. So you get to tell me if I'm wrong. You can tell me if Google's AI is wrong. I have the first option that it tells me, and then 5 other options. The first option is Tafelspitz.
Oh, Tafelspitz, yeah, it's wonderful. There are many things. So there are really a lot of Austrian dishes who are the national dishes, if you want to say, like Schnitzel is also something like this, or Kaiserschmarrn, which is it's a sweet. Yeah.
Sachertorte is the other one.
Is it what?
Sachertorte?
Sachertorte, yes. It's basically a chocolate cake with jam in the middle of it. It's simple as that. Everybody believes it's some obscure thing. No, it's chocolate cake with jam.
Get used. If you had to pick the national dish, though, what would you pick to be the national dish?
Schnitzel, definitiv. And beer.
And beer. Sorry.
The schnitzel a day keeps the doctor away.
So tell the listeners what schnitzel is, just so they know.
So you can produce a schnitzel out of every meat you can imagine. You can. You have to strike it with a hammer, really thin, about half a centimeter thin. Then you coat it with eggs, flour, and how's it called? Semmelbrösel. I have to Google it now. What's the English word is for Semmelbrösel? I'm sorry, it's late. Breadcrumbs. Sure, I'm an idiot. I'm sorry to the listening peoples. I'm an idiot. It's late. I don't want to live anymore. So basically, you have this dry, flat piece of meat which you imbue with eggs, flour, and breadcrumbs, and then you heat a pan with around half a liter of oil and fat. You bring the oil to a boil, and then you throw in the schnitzel, and you wait until the crust is golden brown. And then you have the most delicious piece of meat you can ever imagine. As a side for schnitzel, you often see potatoes with parsley, or fries, not with parsley, simple fries, and a little bit of raspberry jam also, and a sploosh of lemon juice to make it a little bit more juicy. And that's an Austrian Wiener Schnitzel. It's delicious.
And where would you rank the Austrian national dish compared to? Would you put it in the top 5, the top 3? Are you going to try to beat out the South Africans with their barbecue?
That's a difficult one, because I also like me a good pie. I like me a good baguette. Basically, Germans occupied our national dish, so
would you say it's better than the German Wiener Schnitzel then?
Yes, because the Germans are, I cannot even say the word. I don't want to go to jail. The Germans put sauce on their schnitzel. Sauce. You bake the schnitzel in oil to make the crust crunchy, make it delicious, and then you pour over a liter or something like this, a cup basically, of something like a Jäger sauce or something like this. Why you do this? Why are you destroying a perfect dish with your jizz sauce? I cannot. Yeah, sorry.
No, that's perfect. You fulfilled every single requirement of that question.
Exactly.
I personally, I don't know which other things are on the list, but my guess is I would place it in a top 3 because a schnitzel works every time.
That sounds like a jingle or a motto for somebody.
Yeah. So are you out to beat Germany as well, just to show them who's the superior schnitzel maker?
This would be really nice if we at least win one time on the WTC against Team Germany. But they are really good players. I hate to admit it. They are really good.
But they make bad schnitzels, so, well, there's that.
Bad schnitzel is what he said, by the way.
I don't know what you're talking about. Every schnitzel is good.
Oh. All right, Joker.
Okay.
I love this question so much. I don't know.
It's awesome. Yeah, it's really awesome. Oh my god, look at my eyes. Oh god. Oh.
People get so excited about food in a way that I never expected them to on this show.
Yeah. Yeah, it's amazing what the comedy relief questions do to this show. And before we go, can we follow Team Austria on any social media, and/or are there any sponsors you want to thank?
I guess not. Like I said, we are quite lazy with our social media. I think Kevin made a Facebook group 2 years ago or something like this. I think nobody visits it. We have a WhatsApp group. You can join our WhatsApp group to get a new business model sent to you. We have a sponsor. I think we have a sponsor. Yes, one of our kebab places where we are normally. He sponsored a little bit to us. It was really nice. He's a really nice guy. So we printed his logo on our T-shirts. Awesome dude.
Nice.
Yeah, he's great. His name is Sam. He's an awesome guy. I love him. He's super. But I don't.
I tried to look for the Team Austria Facebook.
I have a Discord if this helps, but
there you go.
It's only for the team. So I can give you a link then.
Okay.
I let one of my guys do magic work. I'm not the public relation guy, as you can imagine.
You're doing great. You're doing great.
Oh yeah.
I'm good in socializing after the 5th beer. Prior to that, difficult.
All right. Well, this was fun.
Yeah. I really enjoyed it. Thank you.
Yes, thanks, Andreas, for entertaining us. I think is the right word to be used. If you like what we do, please remember to subscribe, like, etc., etc. Consider becoming a patron. And again, thank you to the people who have already become patrons, and to our sponsors, Weyland-Yutani and the Army Painter. We'll be wrapping up this episode of Round Zero Pairings, where we've had Andreas of Team Austria coming on. Thank you again.
Thank you.
And thank you to my guest co-host, Nathan.
Thank you.
And we'll see you in Mechelen in just under 2 weeks. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.